成長かユナイテッドエンパイア。今日は試合があった。そして彼がエンパイアのちょっと応援してくれるってよ。みんな、ブロッキンケーブルポッドキャストよろしく。
With our AEW Rampage review. As you can see, I am rolling solo tonight. King Rome, our reigning, defending Broken Predictions champion, he is busy working tonight, so, we do apologize. He will not be here. But we got Coach Nick in the house. We got the Coog also. Welcome, everybody in chat. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. We got Darth Giles as well. Says, Dynamite has been great so far. Happy holidays, everybody. He said Dynamite. It was Rampage tonight there, Darth. And Rampage was absolutely fantastic tonight. The Coog said tonight's Rampage was so damn entertaining it felt like a 1 hour Dynamite on Wednesday. Really did feel like a 1 hour Dynamite, you know what I mean? And I think that's where we need to get to when it comes to these Rampage shows. Getting those to feel like a small, quick version of Dynamite is exactly what they should feel like. You know what I mean? It shouldn't feel like a separate show with a bunch of guys that no one cares about. We had a lot of people that were, main storyline here tonight. So this was fantastic. So we started off with Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. Daniel Garcia was watching backstage, as, wrestlers do. He's shadowing Sammy Guevara now, apparently, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. He's, he does not need to shadow Sammy Guevara. I can't wait to see where this storyline goes. I mean, obviously it's going to be Daniel Garcia versus Sammy, but I'm interested to see kind of the roads that it takes to get there, because I really like both of these guys, so that should be cool. This match was absolutely brutal, man. They just exchanged chops, they exchanged punches, they exchanged forearms, they exchanged biting each other. During the commercial, Sammy Guevara bit the earring out of Jon Moxley's ear, and it started bleeding everywhere. I'm not sure if the earring had already torn, which started the blood, and they were kind of like, hey, let's play off of this. But, oh my goodness, this was nasty. It looked like Sammy literally ripped the earring out with his teeth. He pulled it out of his mouth and threw it into the crowd. And then, okay, so first off, right here, that was bad enough, right? The wife was sitting next to me. She was kind of like, she gagged a little bit. I was okay right here. I was like, damn, that was a nasty ass spot, right? Well, Ty Conti comes over and she slaps the piss out of Mox and gets blood all over her hand, right? And at this point, Sammy had just licked all the blood off of his hand. I was still okay at that point. Ty Conti, I thought she was going to lick the blood off her hand. Thank God she did not, because it was a lot. She just kind of waved at the camera. But Sammy Guevara had the blood all over his face. Ty Conti goes over to Sammy, and they do their classic makeout, and kissing Ty Conti with blood all over. Okay, that got me. I legit was like, okay, whoa. I'm not sure if this is too far. I don't think it was too far because it's making me react how they wanted me to react. You know what I mean? But my God. I was like, did they just go too far? I was like legit thinking it to myself. Like, did they just go too far? Felt like a Blade vampire makeout after a kill. Dude, yeah. Vampires was exactly the thought that came to mind. Yeah. So yeah, after that, Mox hits a big curb stomp. Nice shout out to Seth Rollins there. Looked beautiful. Sammy puts Mox through a table. Huge shout out to the podcast from Sammy Guevara and John Moxley. Thank you very much. Moxley tried to do an FU to Sammy into the table, but Sammy reversed it, gave Mox a V-trigger rising knee type thing, hit him with a super kick, and then placed him on the table. Sammy climbed up to the top rope and hit a front flip, landing a senton essentially. Yeah. Senton lands right on Mox's chest with his back, and they both go smashing through the table. Be on the lookout for that Broken Table of the Week video coming out soon. That was incredible. Sammy, the crowd hates him. A lot of people hate him, but you just can't keep hating this guy. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Him with Ty, they just need to stop freaking making out in front of us. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Coog says, Coach says, laugh out loud. I still can't stand them. The Coog says, in all fairness, Sammy gets a lot of crap, but the guy can go in the ring. Solid A+ opening match. Absolutely. They gave this 20 minutes. Like, they gave this a full 20 minutes. Yeah, they're just immature, you know what I mean? Like, but they know what they're doing. They're getting the heat, and then they're performing in the ring. So, as long as they're performing in the ring, we can't really talk too much shit, so. Moxley eventually puts Sammy in the Bulldog choke. Sammy does not tap out, but he does not escape either. Sammy goes out from the Bulldog choke. The referee rings the bell, and we got Jon Moxley is our winner of the match here. And he immediately gets on the microphone to call out Hangman Page. He says, I told you on Wednesday to bring it, so let's go. And Hangman comes out with Evil Uno trying to stop him. Hangman shoves Evil Uno out of the way. Him and Mox brawl on the ramp. About 30 security guards show up. They spill into the ring to separate these two. Hangman does a buckshot lariat and winds up destroying a security guard with it. Like, just absolutely annihilates this security guard, man. Feel bad for that guy. And we get security separating everybody again, and that was that. Next up, we had a quick video package with Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, Saraya, and Britt Baker. For the upcoming program that all four of these ladies have going on right now. This should be a really good match between Shida and Jamie Hayter. Saraya's kind of like, I'm watching you two. And then she's got her match with Britt Baker where she's going to need a tag team partner. So we're going to see who Britt's partner is going to be. Britt did mention, I have a huge roster to choose from. So that kind of signals to me that it's not going to be anybody from outside the company. It could have just been the use of words, you know what I mean? But I'm really hoping that that's not meaning that it's going to be, not going to be Sasha is where I'm getting at on this one. All right, next up we had FTR in the ring. Yeah, can't wait for the show in LA. I bet, Coog, I bet a bunch of you guys might be meeting up there because the coach is in the LA area. I don't know how close to that area, but I think he's in the general vicinity. Yeah, you guys might meet up at the show. That'd be cool. So FTR was in the ring. Cash cuts a pretty decent promo saying, Dax broke his ass bone, and Dax is kind of like, yeah, I did. He pulls his pants down and shows the bandage on his ass. So I'm guessing Dax has a broken tailbone. I'm not sure how long that's going to keep him out, but they didn't relinquish any belts, and they kept talking about their match with the Ass Boys, so we'll see where that goes. He says on Dynamite he's going to whip the Ass Boys' ass, so, Oh, you will not be there 2 to 3 hours away? You guys don't have trains like we do out here on the East Coast? All right, next up, we had a quick video package with Jade Cargill and the Baddies. Jade basically tells Red Velvet to get in line or get out of the way. She kind of had that clip from Red Velvet, like rolling her eyes at Jade in their last match. Red Velvet rolled her eyes at her again after she told her this here on the promo. So looks like we might be getting Jade versus a Red Velvet here soon in the future. Next up, we had Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, and Skye Blue in the ring. And, man, this was absolutely fantastic. Both of these girls are just incredible right now. Skye Blue has come, 10 notches from where she was a few years ago, or a year ago. I'm not sure how long she's been here now, but, I'm sure you guys get the point. Skye Blue is doing very well here. She held her own with Britt Baker in the ring. We had Jamie Hayter on the outside and Rebel or Reba, not sure what she goes by these days. They started off with some chain wrestling. Both ladies looking very smooth with their chain wrestling moves. Skye Blue hit a really nice cartwheel out of a twisted arm type thing. Britt hits a huge curb stomp. Britt hits a huge curb stomp to pick up the win for the 1-2-3. The crowd was not happy with this at all. I don't know if they were booing or if they were confused at what had just happened. Britt had just countered Skye Blue's finishing move, and it didn't look awkward per se, but it may have, if you didn't know what Skye Blue's finisher is, which is kind of like a wild reverse Canadian Destroyer type thing. If you didn't know what it was, I can see how this looked very odd and awkward of what just happened. But Britt reversed the finishing move there from Skye Blue, and she just hit her with a huge curb stomp, and 1-2-3. Crowd didn't really boo. They were just kind of like, what just happened? They did boo a little bit, but it was what it was. I think Britt immediately noticed what was going on here, so she locks on the lockjaw on Skye Blue to get that crowd heat going, getting everybody booing. And of course, next up we had Shida. Hikaru Shida comes out in an awesome red suit, like business suit. You know what I mean? Like a lady's business suit, the pants and the jacket, full red. She comes running down to the ring, takes out Britt with the kendo stick, gets in Jamie Hayter's face, and, Jamie Hayter holds up the belt. So I can't wait for this match between Jamie Hayter and Hikaru Shida. These are two of my favorite ladies in AEW right now, and to see a match between the two of them for the championship is going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait. All right, next up, we had an interview backstage with Jim Ross interviewing Preston Vance, formerly number 10 from the Dark Order. Preston basically cuts a promo here. The entire promo was about Brody Lee Jr. This was interesting to me. I didn't think they were going to involve him in as much of the storyline as they are. But he was, very much, talking about Brody Jr. and basically said, he's got to grow the hell up. Said he doesn't need anybody from the Dark Order. They're not his real brothers. His real brothers are Roosh and Jose from the La Facción Ingobernables. I said it right. I did it. Yes. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure where everything's going here. But Preston Vance is about to get that push that he has deserved for a long time, and covered up that face of his. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but man, that dude's face, that's definitely a lady killer face. You know what I'm saying? So they should have definitely had him without that mask for a while here now. The Preston promo got nuclear heat on Twitter. Mission accomplished. Yeah, Coog, absolutely. What up, Dakota? Thank you very much for joining us. AEW John Cena. Talking about Preston? Okay. I can see that. I can definitely see the comparisons. Preston has definitely been, doing a lot of working out. He kind of does have that body type, but John Cena, I don't think he's ever played a heel. Maybe when he first was his kind of like thug life character, wearing his basketball jerseys backwards and shit. Maybe. But yeah, Preston Vance, this was a very, very good promo. Got him some nuclear heat going on Twitter. So absolutely, job accomplished from him right there. Next up, we had Wardlow versus Exodus Prime. Now, hear me out, guys. I like goofy names in wrestling. I love goofy wrestling. That's why I love Danhausen. I love Big Bill. But this name, Exodus Prime. Can anybody explain to me if there's some sort of story behind this this guy's name? I don't know. I'm very confused on why you would go with a wacky ass name like Exodus Prime. You know what I mean? Just seems very weird and gimmicky. I'm confused on the name, but that aside, the guy was just as tall as Wardlow, if not slightly taller than him, just maybe. But this guy looked good. I liked him in the ring. He had some jobber gear on. I know that's, it is what it is. He was kind of taking the jobber role here tonight, but I would have liked to see him in a little bit more of a, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about with his gear. He just basically was a jobber, so it's fine. Coach Nick says maybe he's a Transformer fan. Yeah, I totally get that. And that's like the answer I don't want. I don't want people to be like, well, he's a fan of the Transformers, so he calls himself Exodus Prime. And I'm just like, yeah, no. But it is what it is, Yeah, Aubrey says no too, you know what I mean? So it's definitely going to be a no from me as well. All right, so next up here we had okay, so this was the Wardlow versus Exodus Prime match here. Exodus Prime he tries to throw a headbutt at Wardlow, but he just eats a massive headbutt himself from Wardlow. Wardlow rears back with his massive wind-up lariat, I think it's called. I'm not really sure what he calls that thing. He smashes Exodus Prime with the lariat, and then he proceeds to hit him with 4 power bombs. And I think of all the powerbomb symphonies that we have seen, I think Exodus Prime, the first 2 of them, were the funniest selling I have ever seen. Exodus Prime, like as soon as he hit his back, he was able to springboard himself up and do like a headstand on his head. Yeah, Coog, yeah, I was going, you're right there with me, man, right there with me. Exodus sold the hell out of those power bombs. The first 2, he literally stood up on his head. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I absolutely loved the selling on the first 2. The next 2, he just went splat. You know what I mean? The normal, this match is absolutely over already. We don't even need another one, but let's go for number 4. Splat again. Wardlow picks up the win. He immediately gets on the mic and he calls out Samoa Joe, says, get your ass out here. Samoa Joe appears on the big screen, and Samoa Joe proceeds to cut one of the best promos I have ever seen from him. And I've seen a lot of Samoa Joe promos. This promo from Samoa Joe, he spoke as if he is a king. He was speaking in like that high class king like manner. I was in awe at this promo. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure they put it on Twitter. I'm sure they released it on the YouTube or something like that. Excuse me. This was incredible. He was basically like, who are you to dictate to a king? He's like, I'm the king of television. What did he say here? He finished off this promo with, the king has spoken. You know what I mean? Like, I was just blown away at this promo. One of my favorite promos of the year for sure. Absolutely incredible promo by Samoa Joe here. Okay. Next up, it was time for the main event. We had the backstage interview between Mark Henry with the best friends, Orange Cassidy, Dustin Rhodes, and Danhausen. This entire time, Danhausen was just staring at Dustin Rhodes. Rhodes. I'm not sure if you guys caught that one. Everybody was looking at the camera, and Danhausen was just back to the camera, just staring at him like he was seeing a celebrity for the first time. It was pretty funny. Kip Sabian and the Butcher and the Blade and those guys they took up all the time on the mic. And when Mark Henry went to say it's time for the main event, Dustin was like, yo, do we get any time on the mic? And it was kind of like, no, you don't. So we started off the match here with Trent Beretta calling out Trent Seven. So we get Trent Seven tagging in, and we get the Battle of the Trents. This was great. The announcers calling it the Battle of the Trents. The crowd was chanting Trent for both guys. Every time there was a punch, it was Trent, 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 Trent. I thought this was one of my favorite things that I have seen involving Trent Beretta over the past few months. The Bunny and Penelope show up to interrupt Orange Cassidy's dive in schoolgirl uniforms and short skirts. Oh my God. Coach, how you doing tonight, sir? I'm hoping nobody's wearing headphones and that hurt their ears. Those outfits by the Bunny and Penelope. Oh my God. The Kook says Texas really deserves a major AEW pay-per-view in the future. Austin and Garland fans really brought it the last 2 weeks. Hope Tony was observing the fan love. Oh, absolutely. He can hear it. He's there. You know what I mean? He can definitely hear it. Coach is like, I'm good, Jeffrey. So Kip Sabian, the Butcher and the Blade versus Trent Seven versus Dustin, Chucky T, Trent Beretta, and Orange Cassidy. This was an amazing match. I absolutely love whenever we get Orange Cassidy here. Trent Beretta is quickly becoming one of my favorites. I know he is one of Tony Khan's favorites. Darth Giles says they were looking so fine. Throw Skye Blue with them. I don't know about that, Coach. I mean, yeah, like I would not be opposed to those three standing next to each other. You know what I mean? I get you. But I think we're going after tag teams here. I do think Tony Khan is going to make women's tag teams. And I do think he's going to do it with the intention of showing the E how to do it. You know what I mean? He's going to be like, look, you guys made women's tag belts and you made them a joke that were freaking thrown in a trash can. We're going to make women's tag belts and we're going to make people want to see the match. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be the way it goes. Just look-wise, not wrestling-wise. Yeah, that's, yeah, I get it. Dustin gets a nice hot tag in this one. Awesome hot tag for Dustin in Texas. There was a really good spot where the Bunny climbed in the ring and she looked like she was going to interfere, but Orange Cassidy didn't give her the opportunity. And like Eddie Guerrero in the past, Cassidy falls down and grabs his nuts and pretends like he got kicked. Danhausen gets in the ring and he does the same with Penelope. He's pretending like they both, kicked them in the groin. The referee, Bryce Rimsberg, falls for it just like back in the day and throws him out. So Penelope and the Bunny get thrown out without even actually doing anything other than climbing in the ring. Let's see here. So Dustin comes in and he hits the unnatural kick on Kip Sabian. Oh, that was nasty. Orange Cassidy was doing the the weak kicks while he was in the unnatural position. And then while the referee was restraining Orange Cassidy, Dustin took advantage, and I think that was the first time I've seen the unnatural kick in a few years. So pretty nice to see that unnatural kick there. We get a huge orange punch to Trent Seven. Dustin gets the pin, 1, 2, 3. And we had an absolutely fantastic episode of Rampage tonight. I really like what the Coog said earlier. It felt like a 1-hour version of Dynamite. And I think that's what Rampage should be. I think that's what it should strive to be. I think that's what Tony should try to book it as. It just feels, it felt different. It felt live. Did anybody else feel like this one felt live, even though we knew that it wasn't live? Did anybody else feel that? The Coog says the World Cup soccer rolling in agony flops by Orange and Danhausen to eject the bunny, and Penelope was laughing my ass off. Just beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. The soccer, okay, the faking the injury, the flops. Yeah. I took it more as like an ode back to the Eddie Guerrero days, where Eddie tossed the chair and pretended like he had gotten hit by the chair, stuff like that. I thought it was really good. The coach says he wants Sting versus Dustin or Dustin versus JJ. JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. I would be okay with both of those or a 3-way there. Oh, give me a 3-way dance there so somebody has a time to rest every couple of minutes, bunch of old guys, but I would be absolutely down. That would be amazing. So let us know in the chat what you guys thought of the show tonight. Please hit that like button. This definitely helps the podcast get out there to the rest of the people. It helps the algorithm recommend it out there. We're only at 3 likes at the moment. If you guys could please help me out, let's try to get this one to 10 by the end of the night here. So yeah, that was an excellent episode of Rampage. I hope Jon Moxley's ear isn't actually ripped straight through with the earring. That's nasty, man. If you've ever seen that or had that happen to you, it's not cool. God. What do you guys think about Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara making out with the blood? The more I think about it, it was just kind of like, holy crap, that just happened. But man, it really did make me, gag. I'm telling you, I was like, okay, that was more than I had bargained for. Was not ready for that one. Oh man. It's already 11:30. I hate Friday nights. Put Rampage on at 9, please. Please. I need my Warzone at nighttime. I can't play Warzone at 11:30. I'll get destroyed. Coach, you down for some Warzone tomorrow night, man? You got any time on Saturday night? Let me know. Hit me up in the Discord, or you text me too, We're close like that, guys. Darth said it was a little weird. Looked like Ty Conti wasn't really digging it. She definitely wasn't digging it when she had it on her hand. She was kind of like, But when she did the kiss, I thought she had no problem with it. It looked like she was like, ha, ha, ha. And I was like, oh, God, that was horrible. But, it was gross but entertaining. That's kind of how I feel about it, Coog, and we're talking about it. So I think mission accomplished there. All in all, excellent episode. I am sorry I do not have a preview of Dynamite ready for you guys. Let's see if they gave me a quick one here anywhere. Let's see. Any Dynamite previews from AEW? Nope. I would have to keep scrolling and wasting your all's time. I'm sure you guys will find some stuff about it. Or maybe if the King is happen to be watching, maybe he could throw something in the Discord for what we got going on Dynamite this Wednesday. Coach says wifey and son going out of town Sunday and Monday. Okay, all right. You'll be on tomorrow night after the Ravens game. Nice. I'll be on after the Eagles game if there's one. I'm not even sure what time it'll be on. But I appreciate everybody very much for hanging out with us here tonight. Again, I hate to be a broken record, but please hit that like button for us. Drop an elbow on that thing from the top rope and put that subscribe button in a stranglehold if you have not already. We really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 500. Once we hit 500, we will be doing a giveaway for a Sting figure, not unlike this one here with the black baseball bat and the black trench coat. This figure will still be in box with the blue, forget what that's called there, but we will be giving away that Sting figure at 500 only to subscribers. So I really do appreciate all you guys, here helping out. Once we hit that 500, we'll do that giveaway. And, yeah, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see who wins that. Darth Guile says, I'm drinking hot cocoa. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm jealous, man. I want some hot chocolate right now. Ugh. Sheeta versus Hater and Game 5 of Elite versus Death Triangle on Wednesday. Thank you, Coog. That's enough for me to tune in. Hope it is for you guys as well. Thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with me tonight. We are sorry that the reigning, defending Broken Predictions champion King Rome could not be here. But, real life work takes precedent here. So I do thank you guys very much again. You can catch us on Spotify, on Amazon, Apple, Google Podcast, all those places you can find podcasts, except for this show here, which is YouTube exclusive. You can catch us here every Friday night after Rampage, every Wednesday night after Dynamite, and on Monday nights, King Rome and myself doing the Game Room podcast. We will be going over the newest things going on in the world of gaming, and we will be doing we will be letting you guys know the newest games coming out this week. But until then, thank you guys very much, and you guys have a great night. Top guys out.